Alright, so this is going to be a review of Mass Effect Paragon Lost, which is the animated film that came out just prior to Mass Effect 3. Well, I think actually, no, I think it came out after Mass Effect 3, now that I think about it. Whatever, it was 2010 or 2011 that this thing came out. And, yeah, this was... I recently got this for, I got it out of a $5 bid at Walmart once, a few weeks ago, and I had never seen it. I played all the Mass Effect games, but I never really saw the movie. And yeah, this focuses on the character of Vega. And yes, before we go any further, yeah, I know I'm using a cover from one of the comics, but I didn't. I was thinking about using the movie cover, but then I was like, Funimation can be real dicks sometimes, so I decided against that. Anywho, getting back to that, again, the story focuses around Vega and how, he helped the Alliance get information on the Reapers and prepare them for their coming war with them in Mass Effect 3. So, in this, we follow Vega and his squad, who, again, Vega is voiced by Freddie Prinze Jr., who gives a really good performance, but also we've got, multiple really great casting, a really great ensemble voice actor cast from Funimation Studios. We got Vic Mignogna, we've got Caitlin Glass, we've got Monica Rial. There's a lot of people, like Travis Willingham's another one. There's a lot of people in here, in this, aside from Freddie Prinze Jr., who give their A game, and if you've ever, this is like the Justice League of Funimation Studios, right here, with this movie. Because you've literally got, a majority of them are, the big name voice actors. They are the ones you usually see in, 90%, in, a huge majority of their work in, Funimation. And, yeah, everyone gives a really good performance. Freddie Prinze Jr., I think, is the only character in here that we really see. We don't see Garrus, we don't see Tally, we don't see any of those characters. This just is a Vega-centric story that centers around him. And in here we follow a team he's a part of, and they first rescue this colony from the Blood Pack. If you guys have ever played that, played the game, you know who the Blood Pack are. And from there, the team is then tasked to guard this sector, to guard this colony, to be its security force. And I think it fast forwards a couple months or even a year or so throughout into the story, and the security team's just like, yeah, we're all just hanging out, and then the collectors show up, and oh boy, do they show up. Yeah. So with this, with the rest of this film, it's a survival story. It is very much a survival story. If you've ever played Mass Effect 2 or 2 and 3, then you guys probably know how scary the collectors are. They are probably some of the most terrifying video game villains, even more so than the Reapers, I would argue. Just that level in Mass Effect 2 where you're going through the collector's mothership, and it's creepy as all hell, and then you find out the origin of the collectors. That is a whole nother holy shit moment right there, isn't it, guys? So, yeah, that is a terrifying moment. The animation is pretty spot on. There are some points where it lacks. I think they really blew the budget on the action of the action scenes, and it is really good. But some of the some of the facial work on the aliens, especially the Krogans, oh man, the Krogans just do not look good. There is a Asari in here. I cannot remember her name, but if I remember right, she becomes Vega's wife in the third game, if I'm correct. But yeah. What did I want to say in here? Say about that? No, the Asari and a majority of the humans look really good. It's just that some of the other aliens, like the Krogans and a few other creatures, just look. Oh, they look bad. They just do not look good. The collectors look all right. They look pretty good, and again, the animation is pretty solid. But there, again, like I said earlier, there are some points in this movie where it does feel it does feel stiff, and you can tell where they really put the budget in the action scenes, which are very fast paced. They're very, very military. They feel like an actual moment in the game, and there is a lot of it's very rapid motion, and a lot of the problem with this movie is you really don't care about a lot of the characters aside from Vega, because he's the only one who's going to get out alive, and I actually was surprised that there were some other characters that survived along with him, but a majority of the rest of Vega's team are just like, I don't care about you at all, and there's not really a lot of story development with them, but a lot of them do die horribly, and a lot of them do die horribly, but there are some instances in here where you do follow these characters, and you do, there's one character in here who, what happens to her and her boyfriend in this movie? It's horrifying and saddening at the same time. If you've seen the movie, then you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, let's talk about the big thing about this film, and I'm going to spoil this because this has been out for years. In the movie, we follow, and obviously if you played Mass Effect 3, then you already know, so I guess I can go ahead and spoil this. In the movie, Vega is left with a choice. Save the Asari, who has all the information on the Reapers and the Collectors, and as well as data that could help the Alliance fight the Collectors and the Reapers. But at the same time, the Collector ship is burning up in the planet's atmosphere, and with it are all the colonists that they had just, painstakingly rescued. So he's got to make a tough call, and he makes the call to save the Asari. And the rest of the colonists are just wiped out. And it's a great scene where Vega he just feels awful about it, and you can see him among the wreckage of the Collector ship. And there was a little girl that he had bonded with during the during the story, and in there, you really feel bad for him, because in one case you could say, why didn't you save the colonists? But at the same time you got to be like, oh well, if the Alliance didn't get this information, then well, the whole galaxy would have been fucked. So it really does kind of leave you with that moral quandary of you do feel as bad as Vega does. You really do at the end, and I gotta give the credit to the writing team on that, because then you along with Vega are like, oh my god, I just killed thousands to save millions, and that doesn't still justify what I did. Oh man. It does really make you feel like, can you really do that, make that kind of same call? It really does get in your head and mess with you like that. So, yeah, good on you, movie. All in all, I've seen some really bad video game animated films that go alongside video games. Mass Effect Downfall, oh my god. Well, Downfall's not that bad. Aftermath is terrible. Oh my god, is Aftermath terrible. Downfall, it's kind of schlocky. The animation's not that great, and I probably will talk about Dead Space Downfall sometime. But Downfall, it's okay, but it's not great. And not there's another one, Dante's Inferno, the animated film for the game. That one's all right. I actually kind of like it more than the game itself. Then the Turok movie, that's eh. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. All in all, if you're a Mass Effect fan, then you already know that this is a pretty good piece. Again, the animation's a little wonky at some points, but I think it's a pretty solid story. It really makes a really good sci-fi horror type story and a great survival type story. It's a great character piece for Vega. So I really enjoyed this. Again, if you're a Mass Effect fan, then you'll probably, if you haven't watched it yet, go check it out. It's a lot of fun. It's a great addition. If you're, again, Mass Effect fans will really love this, and I feel like that's the niche. I can't recommend this for everyone because there's so much info, and it's so interlaced with the Mass Effect universe that I feel like if you're trying to get into stuff, the Paragon Lost would not be the best place to go. I'd, of course, go with the very first game and work your way through there and then get this. But if you're already a Mass Effect fan and you want to check this out, then I highly recommend this. Anyway, so, yeah. Once again, hope you all enjoyed this little review, and I will see you guys later.